advisors for the Black Student Union. We have a fantastic show prepared for you today, all created, directed by our own BSU organization. We really look to empower our minority student youth, not just our African Americans, but our Latino community too. So it's not too late. One plug is please feel free to stop by room 2. I have a Google Classroom code, and there is a Remind code, African Americans, Latinos, matter of fact, we are very, very much inclusive. So I just needed to say that up front. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up our Black Student Union Representative President, Erin Mariano.
And as you guys know, it is Black History Month, so naturally we have to perform for you. To give some background, we are Steinert's first ever Black Student Union. We were created in 2022 and have over 50 members a part of our club. The purpose of the Black Student Union was to unify the minority population within our school. Not only does this give us a sense of belonging, but it also allows us to bond and learn through the Black experience. Empowering, discussing, and teaching Black culture is imperative to each individual life of a minority. Being able to express ourselves in an environment that resembles us and what we look like is crucial. So without further ado, we will have our BSU step team, Shania Tucker and Azora Hilton, performing for us today.
ain't been no crystal stair. It had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But it's all in time. It's been a climb, you know, and reaching landings and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark, where there been no light. So boy, don't you turn your back. Don't you sit down on the steps, cause you find it gets kind of harder. Don't you fall now, for I see still going, honey. Eyes still going. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
Washington with the
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run.
words they will never hear me say. They want to come out. They make me want to cry. I do. I'm tired. I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of being unhappy. I'm tired of being tired. I try my best. It is not enough. I talk when no one listens. They hear me, but they don't understand. When I speak, I feel silence. I speak louder, the tensions rise. I stay awake to make it seem like I'm okay. I go to sleep to drown in the pain. I lash out to hide what's really going on inside. I speak my truth, but all they hear are lies. I try not to let them see me cry. I'm successful. They don't see the pain they cause. I'm here, surrounded by people who don't understand me. I'm not alone, but I'm lonely. When it's too late, I wonder what they'll say. Are they waiting for me to break? Too late. I'm already broken. They say I will suffer, and I believe them. The addictions and the obsessions I hopefully will never take on, but by then, I will be too long gone. I write this to one day know that these were the words, unspoken.
I Am Africa.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Jason.
And we are Africa.
We are the Gold Coast.
Home to the firstly liberated, second biggest cocoa industry in the world, and famous as owns warriors.
Africa has a very diverse plate of foods such as jollof, rice and stew, plantain, and many others.
Africa has also greatly offered many environmental resources that the world now uses today.
Enough with the facts. I'm going to talk about what I got on today.
So, if you see my boy Chef, he got that nice Kented fabric on, and this is something that, This is something that a lot of Africans wear to like special formal events, even like everyday use. But we wear it to church, we wear it to parties. So yeah, recognize this black king right here.
I'm also going to be explaining our popular experiences as African American kids in America.
So starting off, we're talking about rice and stew. If you're an African kid, you know the struggle of eating rice and stew. Morning to night, day for day, week for week. It is not okay, okay? Pray for us. It's not okay.
Also, if you're African, you probably know that if you ever get money from extended family, you're not getting it back.
That was your first and last time seeing that money, bro. That was your first and last time.
I'm serious. You even ask them if they have the money, they're gonna be like, what money?
Maybe that money was never yours. And lastly, a shared experience we all have, a lot of foreigners have, is when your parents send your clothes in a barrel back home without your permission. Alright? Tell me why you be looking for your shoes. You're asking your mom and dad, Mom, I can't find my shoes, I can't find my shoes. As you're looking, they know that they've sent your shoes back home. Okay? And you know how you find out? You're checking on Instagram, you see your cousin with the same shoes on. That's not funny, bro. Like, send help. But that's all for now. We'll see you guys next week.
Alright, up next we have a play called A Lunch in Ghana, starring Zaquay Colors performing Malcolm X, Evan Stubbs for Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, Ludney Lubin for Mrs. Du Bois, Esther Karba for Maya Angelou, and Melissa Simpson for Dr. Angelou. Introducing the characters will be Kristen and Ariel Taylor.
So first up, we have Maya Angelou, who was born Marguerite Johnson in St. Louis, Missouri. She was selectively moved for 5 years, during which she fell in love with books. This, along with her natural passion for activism, led Maya to join the Harlem Writers Guild, which made the literary world more accessible to Black people.
as well as inspiring her to travel abroad to places such as Ghana to strengthen her political activism.
Our next character is Malcolm X. Malcolm X was an American Muslim and supporter of Black nationalism during the Civil Rights Movement. His real name was Malcolm Little, but he changed his last name to X to honor his unknown African name after reflection in prison. Malcolm is well known for his protect yourself by any means necessary mindset and is one of the most famous civil rights leaders.
In her later years, Dr. Maya Angelou achieved success in many categories such as her books, I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings and Still I Rise, her Tony and 3 Grammys, and being the first Black woman to write a screenplay of a major film and recite a poem at the presidential inauguration.
W.E.B. Du Bois was a 20th century Pan-Africanist civil rights activist, sociologist, and historian. Du Bois was the founder of the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and the first Black man to receive a PhD from Harvard University. Shirley Du Bois was an American Ghanaian writer, playwright, composer, activist, and wife of W.E.B. Du Bois. As the wife of W.E.B. Du Bois, she was also heavily involved with the NAACP.
As we go through life, we try on many different faces and names. Why, I've been a dancer, a singer, a fry cook, and a street country. I've lived in Stamps, Arkansas, New York City, Ghana, Egypt, Italy, and so many other places. My name is Marguerite Annie Johnson, but most people know me as Maya Angelou. In 1963, I spent time in Egypt as a journalist before eventually moving on to Ghana. In Ghana, I continued my work on both print and broadcast journalism. Whilst there, I met some of my favorite heroes, including one of the first African American to earn their doctorate degree at Harvard University, Dr. William E. Du Bois. Although I met him in his 90s, he still had the smile of a man who knew he had done positive things in the world. He made sure of leaving behind a future that was better than his past.
Oh, my guest is here. I'm delighted you were able to join us for lunch.
Of course, and thank you for letting me into your lovely home. You have been a great friend, Shirley. I couldn't have gotten my job at the University of Ghana without you.
You would have been fine without me, Maya. You're a talented writer. I just put a good word in. William? This is Maya Angelou. She just moved to Ghana a few months ago.
W.E. Du Bois, it is an honor to meet you.
I'm delighted to meet you as well. My wife speaks highly of you. I'm sure that finding so many African Americans living in Ghana came as a surprise.
Actually, that is why I moved here. I was living in Egypt when I heard about this community. I love Ghana, but it is good to be amongst people from my home country.
Sit down. This young man and I were just having a debate.
Hello, sister.
Hello, Brother Michael.
Please. We were just discussing the Organization for African Unity and how, despite their differences, these African nations have come together to shake off the bindings of colonialism.
In my travels, I have seen our brothers and sisters fight for control of their destiny. It still surprises me how the struggles in Detroit, New York, and Chicago are similar to the plight of many Africans thousands of miles away on this continent.
We do have a shared history in bondage and shared enemies and the people who enslaved our great-grandmother and grandfather.
I agree, but I also learned more about human rights on this journey. And the importance of Afro-Americans defining themselves in their personhood, as well as understanding racial battle we find in ourselves.
I'm not quite sure I follow.
Sister, our plight in America is not just a domestic issue, it is an international crime. I want to bring our issues to the United Nations, to put the problems of the United States on the world stage.
And as Malcolm has discovered, in some ways, we're already there.
We are?
I have dined with kings and queens on this continent. I found that my message has been heard by the people of Africa. The people have been so warm and welcoming to me that I've been without words since I've been here. I've met with my Muslim brothers and sisters of every hue, from the whitest skin tone to the darkest. And I've been treated with respect and love. I never thought I would call any white man my brother, but the journey has changed me.
So you no longer believe that all white people are blue-eyed devils?
I believe there is potential in wickedness for all men. There is potential for love and kindness in all men. There have been wicked men in power for generations who have created the society that rob us of our humanity and dignity. We should be able to walk down any street in America without fear of discrimination. As people, we deserve righteous and just treatment in all things. Our fight is to reclaim what is rightfully ours, our human rights.
Our human rights. Your words do me a world of good, Brother Malcolm. I was born February 23rd, 1868, just 3 years after the legal end of slavery. But I was fortunate. I spent my youth in Barrington, Massachusetts, where I spent school with blacks and whites. My white teachers encouraged me to learn. I didn't face the full horror of racism until I went to Fisk University in 1885.
That's in Nashville, Tennessee, right? I was raised next door in Arkansas. Near 40 years later, it was rough then. I could hardly imagine what it was like in 1885, even on college campuses.
It was a challenge. I taught classes in the local community as I was studying myself. I was shocked that emancipation, freedom from slavery, had barely made a difference in the lives of the black people in Tennessee. Many of our people face extreme poverty, poor medical care, and inadequate education. They were stuck in a system that had every possible obstacle in their way. Even my most focused and intelligent students were held down for the limits of where they can go, who they can meet, and what they were allowed to do with their lives. When I went to Harvard for my PhD, even the most educated and liberal white men had no idea what it was truly like to be a black man in America. Their literature on us was full of lies, prejudice that they believed to be true.
That's why you wrote The Souls of the Black Fort.
Yes, ma'am. There were books that claimed that black people had no soul, that they're not even truly human. And what's worse than a white man believing that lie is when black people believe it about themselves. My friend and fellow Harvard alumnus, Carter G. Woodard wrote, "If you can control a man's thinking, you don't have to worry about his actions. If you can make a man believe that he is inferior, you don't have to compel him to seek an inferior status. He will do so without being told to do so, and if you can make a man believe that he is justly an outcast, you don't have to order him to the back door. He will go to the back door on his own, and if there is no back door, the very nature of the man will demand that you build one."
Powerful words.
Yes, indeed. This is why we need you.
Excuse me?
When I go back to the States, I'm forming an organization called the Organization for Afro-American Unity, much like the organization here. I believe that if Afro-Americans can unite under one cause, no matter their religion or background, we can see some real change in our home country. We can become a powerful force in our country and in the world. We will reclaim the human rights that have been taken from us and educate ourselves by any means necessary.
Where do I fit in?
Sister, I have read your work in Cairo and here in Ghana. I know you work for Dr. King's organization. You have the gift to inspire people with your words and your writing. It is a gift that we desperately need. Our women are the backbone of our civil rights struggle. Our women raise the money, guard our children, and support our men when we feel like we can't go. I know I couldn't have made it this far without my wife Betty. She has blessed me with 6 beautiful daughters, and they need strong women like you to look up to.
What do you think?
I think me and William are in Ghana to spend our retirement. You, my dear, are far from retired and far from finished. Go. God's work is waiting for you.
Okay, I will return to the States soon and join your organization.
I'm looking forward to working with you, sister.
Likewise.
Malcolm and I grew close in Ghana. He often spoke about politics and pressing issues of the day, but would then ramble on about his wife and his kids with such love that you couldn't help but enjoy his company. Unfortunately, my brother Malcolm was brutally murdered on February 21st, 1965. It tore me apart. Although the hurt was strong, I knew Malcolm would not be forgotten. To carry out his last wishes, I used my words to inspire others by eventually becoming a famous poet and author. As I gained many enjoyable years with experience, I realized that meeting Malcolm X was a blessing I'll never forget. Thank you.
We have another round. Sorry. Never mind. Another round of applause for the performance. Now welcoming our BSU dance group with Jonah Winley, Ludney Lubin, Ayla Delville, Christina Bellino, Mataja Gray, and Mustaja Gray.
Love is not enough, baby. Come to me, my love. Love me or you hate me, know me. No mess with me, my love. Oh, my lolly, Giuseppe Zanotti, in a Maserati. Lady, baby, easy. Fine, but like it easy. You won't give somebody, but you sweet melody. On my way, oh, you're the one I share, oh.